Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It is time for another episode 53 of Longtime Watcher, First Time Writer. I am, as always, your host and Longtime Watcher King Fats 95th, and I am once again joined by my wonderful, wonderful first-time writers, Action Shakespeare.
Hi.
B Drops.
Hello.
And Iliendik Nanagon.
Hello, don't mention that car behind me.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay, it's gone.
It's coming right at you.
We know she's got the
Like the
AirPods
sitting
in, but it's going to be fine.
No, you go to introduce me, and then immediately a car revs up its engine.
Really? Cool, man. It's like he was listening.
Yeah.
He was cheering for you.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, that's the audience.
Who got that dude's license? Kick that dude's ass.
But he loves Nanagon.
Yeah, well, at least Nanagon has shooters in Maine. Happy to hear it.
I don't know if that's true.
It's me. I'm whooping and hollering.
Damn, B, how'd you get all the way up there?
Yeah. We're already so sidetracked. I'm so sorry.
Honestly, I'm kind of digging the energy.
It's been
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been a minute. I miss you guys. How have you been?
So I'm
alright.
Can't complain.
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
Did you have an announcement to make, Nanagon?
Yeah, please.
I don't know. I have mac and cheese.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, baby. All right, and we've got 4
Patreon
episodes of Kuuga that we got to talk about. We're starting with episodes 21 through 24. That is Secret, Game, Uneasiness, and Strengthening. And we're just going to go ahead and get right on into it with episode 21, Secrets. Original air date, June 25th, 2000. We start off at 3:04 in Nagano. Yeah, we're back in Nagano. We're doing secret stuff.
Looking at the special effects moon, because we could not get a good shot of the moon that looked like that.
Yeah, sometimes that's just how it goes.
Fucking huge.
Yeah. How much does it suck if, the writing predicates, we need the full moon, and it's like, but we've been waiting for, a week and a half.
Yeah, listen, that doesn't line up with the shoot at all.
Not only did they need a full moon, they needed a Castlevania full moon. It needed to be huge. It needed to be, crushing the earth close.
Yeah.
Vampire.
Yeah. They needed something to silhouette a big bat flying against it.
Yeah, really.
CG Batman. He's so sad and wet.
It's so sad. So wet. Truly the most
way up to the moon.
wet creature.
Jesus Christ.
We're already... Anyway, yes, Batman's
cops that
back.
Didn't die.
And he is,
and he's being hunted for his cringe crimes.
Yeah. Being hunted for posting cringe.
Good.
Yeah, we find out that he seems to be making some form of trips between Nagano and Tokyo, but we don't know why yet. And so we jump over to the Joint Task Force Office of the Metro PD 221. We're getting another hand form. Hand form?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's there's not even anything funny about that. It just sucks. It's just how did you fuck up English that bad?
When was the last time I was physically handed a pack of documents? I miss it so much.
God.
It's been a while.
When was the last time I was physically present?
I guess I had some paperwork to do, physical paperwork at an appointment in March, but everything else is going digital, and it's not bad, but maybe I'm a freak who wants to do more paperwork.
I got a handful of I got a packet of documents that I need to actually get to at some point.
Ooh, gotta get your documents done.
Yeah.
Documents in order. Oh, except taxes. I hate taxes.
Fuck those.
You gotta get them.
Okay.
Yeah, this is your way too late reminder to do your taxes.
This is absolutely
your taxes
too late.
are half a month late.
Yeah,
no,
you
it's
fucked
gonna be
up
fine
big
for
time.
next year, 2024.
Yeah,
The
this is your
IRS
reminder for
is
next year to
outside.
do your taxes on time, motherfucker.
Please try to get things in order around February, if
Yeah.
possible. Make sure you have your W-9s by then. If you don't, you need to contact your employers.
Yeah,
They
really
should have
kick
sent
them in
it
the
to you
dick about
already.
it because, yeah, they should have sent that shit.
Yeah.
Just fucking grill them. Be like, where's my fucking money, you pieces of shit? Anyway.
These packets are here to inform us that we don't know shit, as
Yeah.
usual.
Yeah,
They have
once
pictures
again,
in color.
we are having a team meeting to describe how we don't know shit dick all.
This is so... Maybe they're getting good funding or something, I don't know. But for some reason, I could not get over the fact that not only did every member of this table get their own packet with a paper clip instead of a staple, but they also have color pictures printed in them.
Yeah.
And who's dishing out for that in the office? Who's paying for that?
Who's paying for
Well-
all that ink? The people
Okay.
who pay for that ink.
Cheech
Yeah,
Joe.
the tax dollars.
Yeah.
Hard at work.
Giving us full color photos, baby.
Like, this is not the important, minute details in Kuuga, but it's stuff that I ruminate about far more than I should for something that's on screen for like a fourth of a second.
And they're not
It's-
even good pictures.
No, they're
They might as well be black and white photocopies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bigfoot pictures.
yeah, pretty sure,
worse.
Like, you know that picture of the Loch Ness monster?
Yeah.
That like classic black and white one? It's effectively
Yeah.
just like 6 of
Ten-
those.
But in
Loch
color.
Yeah.
Ness.
But yeah.
I was gonna say Loch Ness monster is like 10 times more photogenic than these pictures.
All right.
And at least the Loch Ness
I know.
monster isn't killing people in the dozens. Like, it's not important to get clear photos.
You
of
know-
her.
Yeah.
You make a good point.
We're not tracking her down as a serial killer.
Not yet.
Not not yet, Nessie, you watch yourself.
Yeah, really.
Well,
Her and Bigfoot.
Who am I to
You
yes.
can
say
have
that?
hobbies, Nessie. Go be you.
God forbid women do anything. I'm sorry, Nessie, actually.
We'll get back to that. But I think there's a set of the character in some of these.
There's a couple of characters that fit that one.
Yeah. Good lord.
I'm sorry, the meeting.
I mean, no, y'all, we got it on the head there. It's basically just to talk about how we don't know shit about fuck or dick about ass. And also ULF 3 is going to Tokyo, between Tokyo and Nagano, but he's not killing anybody. That's kind of fucked up, huh?
Why he doing that? Oh
Why
well.
you doing that?
I do enjoy that the lower numbers are starting to get this prestige as we're going further into the series. ULF 3 is... I mean, we know him as the sad, wet vampire man because we get the behind the scenes, but he's
Yeah.
kind of like a creature of myth now in,
Yeah.
Yeah,
to the
right.
police department.
Where is he? What is he doing? How can we find him? Those are the questions the police are asking.
Where does he get them nipple piercings?
Yeah. Where'd you get your nipples pierced? Did you get that shit at Claire's?
Scrunched. Ooh, don't get your hey.
Don't get
hey,
your nipples
you-
pierced at Claire's! I'm begging you!
I'm grabbing the microphone. Don't get piercings at Claire's in general. Listen,
Yeah,
hey,
like,
I'm
that's what I've always
derailing.
heard.
Don't if someone pulls out a piercing gun when you want to get piercings, you leave. You say, "Hey, I didn't pay you in advance, right?" And then you get up and leave. I mean, they can be okay, but they're never optimal. Listen, if you want that to last the rest of your life, get it done professionally. I swear it will be worth like the $70 to $80 you would get it done professionally
Is it
elsewhere.
really only that
Instead of
much?
some like 16-year-old getting some gun out, not measuring anything, and just shooting you in the ear with it. That's how you get lopsided
yeah.
piercings. I speak from experience. It sucks. It's okay. I'll make it
Doing
work.
Doing my death game at Claire's. Getting all the teenagers that want to get piercings and just shooting them in the face. That's my groggy strategy.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm
Yeah.
about to get 78 in 2 hours.
They'll be lined up.
Watch this.
Incredible.
Free piercings.
Check this out.
Yeah. Free piercings in a Mountain Dew at Claire's.
they went out the back door. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
That would be nice. No,
Sweeney
they
Todd
pierce
type
you-
shit.
They pierce you right next to the door in front of all the other customers
Yeah, in
and
front of
God
God
and
and
everybody.
everyone.
like, so the amount of times you go in there and there's like some poor little like 5-year-old Hispanic girl getting her ears pierced at the front, like she doesn't know what's going on. Like, I feel so bad because they don't like bring anything for this little girl. She's just like in pain and they're like, "Yay, congratulations." And I'm like, she's upset.
Yeah.
Can you...
Get her some ice or something, fuck.
She doesn't understand what this is.
Numb that shit.
Oh,
We're
that
getting
sounds
to
so
the
specific.
Extremely specific Texas experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
No,
is.
for sure.
I'm so glad we have like a mutual understanding of this experience, though, King Fats.
Yeah, no, absolutely, like 100%.
Yeah, that's the life down here.
That's,
ingrained
that's
in the
just how it
culture.
is. Yeah,
Talked
it is.
about
It really
piercings
is.
long enough. I apologize.
We've talked about piercings for so long.
What's going on at Popol?
Yeah, what's going on, Pol?
And their delightful summer decor.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, yeah. It's summertime.
We're dressed up for the summer,
Party
baby.
in the summer.
Gonna go to the beach.
This is
Minky
going to be the
Judge.
arc for the next 8 episodes. Is going
Yeah.
to the beach.
Well, legitimately, though.
build-up. Tremendous.
As always, Godai gets a call from Ichijo talking to him about what happened at the police meeting since Godai doesn't formally work for the cops. Which, you know, maybe he should get some... I say maybe he should get some of that paper, but he doesn't work at his own job already. So maybe he shouldn't get some of that paper. Maybe some of that paper should actually be withheld until Godai does a shift for once in his goddamn life.
Okay, to be fair, like, he doesn't work for Pol, but he is carrying this task force.
Yeah, that's fair. He works for the people.
Like, he don't do analytics, but he sure is a weapon to point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does the important part.
Everyone with a brain is doing a lot of important work throughout all of these episodes, and then they point Yusuke at him.
Yeah, and they say,
It's like-
"Go Yusuke, go kill it."
Sick
It's like, okay. It's like a Labrador
Yeah,
and a
really.
tennis ball.
Yusuke is a dog.
Yusuke absolutely is a dog. Complete and total
Love
dog
you.
energy.
Yeah, truly. We love that for him.
We really do. Yeah, so Ichijo, relays the information about Batman to Godai, lets him know that, hey, he's going to Nagano and back for some weird reason. He's like, also, you should go, talk to Enokita when you get a chance, because, Enokita's always needing help abandoning her child.
Wow. Yeah, it's so true, though.
Yeah. Nana and her uncle show back up. They, ask him if he wants to go to the beach with them, which, like, why would you say no to that? Would love to go on a beach vacation, except maybe it won't be such a good idea here in a couple of minutes when some fucker comes out and starts murdering people in public, but we'll burn that bridge when we cross it.
What?
That's every episode.
Yeah.
Preposterous.
Jean
Oh.
also calls our good
Yeah,
friend
John-
Godai.
John Whiteman on the line.
Yeah, John Whiteman on the phone.
Like,
Call
not
that.
gonna lie, I'm starting to
Fuck me,
really
John.
appreciate Jean.
Yeah.
Me too. I like John, honestly.
Oh, the things with John later. I
Mm.
cannot wait to discuss them.
Mm.
Me too. We're going to get into a fight.
I do like that they make a point to have a bit of they have Nana answer the phone first, and I guess she
right.
freaks out because she hears white voice, and then when she hands the phone over to Yusuke, she's like, "Hey, wait a minute, I've heard this white voice before. I think."
Where have I seen this white boy before?
Yeah. I feel like I've seen this quirked up white boy go with the sauce. Is he busting it down sexual style?
She panics so bad at the
Like,
yeah.
immediately.
I speak English only?
Like, girl, what are you doing? He probably answered the phone in Japanese. Like,
Hello.
I can
Well,
only
you
assume
know,
it's
that's-
because he does have a habit of greeting people in English, but aside
Yeah,
from
that's
that,
fair.
like, he's like,
He
hello,
loves
Yeah, maybe he said
how are
hello
you?
and she fucking got English jump scared.
Oh man, I forget if it's in this set or the next set. There's definitely some moments where I just write down things John Whiteman says.
Oh, God, I appreciate you, John Whiteman.
I love his little English turns of phrase.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
very fun. But yeah, so basically, the rest of the scene kind of boils down to everyone's going to go meet at Enokita's house. By which I mean, of course, the research center, because Enokita doesn't actually live. Except that she does. We're about to see it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Because good old Enokita's waking up bright and early, 3:35 p.m.
Oh, she's just like me for real.
She's just like me for fucking real.
Oh man, Hikaru Enokita fail woman moments. This was so like much. This whole episode is so much.
This episode is a lot.
Oh my god.
So
Just really hammering home that she is a bad mom
just the worst.
and is
Just
failing.
The fucking worst. Yeah, so this whole bit is basically Enokita getting fucking raked over the coals by her mom, of all people. God, could you imagine being a grown-ass adult with your own child and then getting lectured by your own parent?
Well,
If
at
I was
least
doing
As a-
this.
Yeah, like, honestly, she deserves it. She absolutely deserves it, but
Yeah.
God, insanely rough. So yeah, Enokita's mom wakes her up in the middle of the afternoon, tells her that her son tried to wish her good morning, but she was fucking dead, so he had to leave the house depressed.
He had to go to school alone
Yeah,
again.
again. She fucking calls out that because of the ULFs, all of the other moms are like taking turns walking the kids to school, except for this house
Oh.
where grandma has to do it because mom's not around.
Ooh.
Which, like,
This
just
kid is about to start telling his friends his mom got killed by ULF. Like, he's this
Probably.
close, truly.
He's so close. She's gonna show up to school one day and he's gonna say that's his aunt. Just absolute
God.
heinous shit. God, we jump on over to Ichijo. He's, doing police force stuff as always. He I think he calls back to, so the guy's name is Ebisawa. I don't remember if he was just on the Nagano force or if he was like chief of police on the Nagano force. For some reason I have this like idea in my head that he was chief of police over at Nagano, but that might not be correct. I think he might just be a guy. I don't know if anyone can confirm
Yeah,
or deny, but
I don't remember fully.
fair enough.
Yeah.
That said, I should probably be keeping better track because boy howdy does the continuity like jump scare me.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes
It's really
people coming out of the woodwork going like, "Hey, remember me from that one episode?" I'm like, "Oh,
Oh
no,
shit!
I didn't.
No, I didn't actually. Fuck.
I'm sorry.
I
should
didn't
have.
expect you to come back, my guy. I'm
That
be
was
honest.
a good episode. I'm sorry."
Yeah, you got to pay attention. This show like has a continuing plot that sometimes we revisit characters that were in previous parts of that plot. Fucked up, I know.
Unheard of.
Truly, I mean, who ever heard of a continuing story? Couldn't
You
be
should
me.
invent that.
I'm gonna.
I think we already did, but perhaps we can, revitalize it. It's been like 20 years.
Surely there must be some way.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll have a think tank.
We'll reverse engineer it,
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
find something to do. But yeah, so, Ebisawa and Nagano. Ebisawa and Ichijo, are talking to each other about the situation. Kind of seeing if they can figure out what to do about this Batman situation. And now it's time to check in on our Grongi. We got the Grongi hanging out in a weird place, talking to each other. You know how it goes.
It is the usual bit.
Yeah.
Batman gets dunked on.
Yeah. Poor guy.
He's starting to bite back a little, and then they're like, "Shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
Batman."
Yeah,
give
I'm
you the
sorry.
Literally push him to the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're cool. Get off your high horse.
Yeah, who told you you could say anything to me?
That's a wonderful question, really.
He's truly giving off the vibes of like a 5-year-old who's trying to hang out with their teenage siblings.
Truly.
Poor guy.
Poor Batman.
I don't feel bad for him. He sucks, but
I mean, yeah.
I mean, he also sucks in a way that I am affectionate towards.
Yeah, that's the thing. We get the return of weird old man Grongi.
Yeah.
I appreciate this dude.
Oh yeah, their
because-
dealer.
Yeah,
God.
I'm willing to spoil at least this much about this dude. I don't think we ever see him in like a Grongi form. And yeah, he's just a dude, and he shows up like a couple of times, and he can, I'm pretty sure he's a Grongi because he can speak with the other ones, but like, aside from being able to do that, we don't ever have any proof.
Yeah, I'm just fully committed to him being the
Just
dealer.
like some guy, yeah, he's the
He's
dealer.
for hire. He's just a guy.
I do appreciate
couple
that,
bucks.
like, he shows up though. He's a cool character. He's got a
Yeah.
good look to him. Good air of mystery. I believe he asks for like a bit from Batman, because this is where we start getting into a hint as to what the hell he's doing. He seems to be collecting parts for a something. What that something is
Scheming.
exactly, we will figure out later on. But machinations going on behind the scenes with the Grongi.
Yeah,
Gasp.
they got all kinds of stuff happening.
Yeah, they're about to hit the big part of the game. We're getting active. Speaking of getting active, we're gonna head on over to the National Research Institute. We got Enokita doing some analysis on ULF 26. We're trying to like look into its composition a little to figure out why it melted instead of exploding like the other ones.
Yeah, why it goo?
Yeah, how come him goo?
I feel like we didn't really get much answers in the way of this, but I don't know. I guess they could just be putting that in the pocket. Who knows? There's like 40 million episodes.
They're very
Yeah.
good at continuity. I trust them.
Yeah,
Which is weird.
I mean,
to
I
say
don't-
for
Information.
I don't mind if it doesn't. If it's just sort of a symptom of, interesting, we're learning things, but like without any real like extended payoff. It's not the worst thing in the world. At least gets its acknowledgement within the fiction
Yeah.
of just a piece of the puzzle,
And there's even a theory posited. One of the researchers notices, like, hey, this one was the only one that didn't have a belt. Maybe that's why him goo.
True.
It's so
They
true,
ju-
Dusty.
They usually got belts. They
yeah,
got
and those
pelvic
belts usually fucking
add-ons.
explode.
Yeah. What,
It's those
they-
belts.
It's these damn kids and their damn belts.
Yeah.
There, that's the real problem in Japan today.
Kids with
Belts.
their big old
These damn
spinner
kids
belt
with their
buckles.
belts.
We cracked
Yeah.
the secret code to Kuuga.
We just gotta arrest all the kids with belts.
Belts.
And society will be normal again.
Yeah, we promise.
Go back to suspenders like God intended.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm always saying this. So, Yusuke shows up with Jean and Sakurako. Introductions are done.
And Okita knows your vices.
Yeah.
She listens.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's just Yusuke spilling the beans because he does not understand. How
And
to
she
not do that.
commits that shit to memory.
Listen, yeah, Enokita is someone who will learn your weakness once and know it forever. You don't want to fuck with her.
What a team.
Yeah. Truly the most powerful people in the world.
If
John...
only she listened to her son.
This is where we get to plant the first seed
Yeah.
of the meeting of the two greatest characters in Kamen Rider Kuuga,
Yay.
Enokita and John Whiteman.
Yeah. We're beginning to,
I didn't even know at the time. Looking back, it's like, oh, this is it.
yeah,
This is the Genesis.
This is, yeah,
There's, like,
something special.
Glances.
You know?
Acknowledgement.
Yeah, I would acknowledge too. There's a lot to acknowledge there. So John and Sakurako are obviously there to look at Goron, and they're gonna go ahead and do research type stuff, and that's all good. We love it. It's our favorite. We jump on over to Meguro Ward, where there are two gentlemen who are complaining about how it's just so boring nowadays with those ULFs. Nobody wants to go out and get fucking twisted anymore.
As they walk out of the Lawson.
Yeah, as they walk out of the Lawsons. They're like, how come nobody want to get sick nasty at the club tonight? It's
I
so
don't know,
boring.
Senpai.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all those murders.
And then Senpai dies.
And then Senpai gets murdered by a ghost train.
Yeah.
Yeah, this feels like another one of those, like... I'm probably gonna throw out the term, like, Junji Ito kill a lie, but just, like...
This is definitely,
freaky...
like, the one that is the most out of a lot of them.
Like, minor... Would it be okay if I spoiled the manner of death? Not how they do it, but just...
Yeah, no, go for
it. He just, like, choked to death by himself in the corner and died.
Yeah. That's you gotta imagine that's the part that's probably super surreal for the friend, because he like stops and goes down to tie his shoes for a second, and when he looks back up, his friend who was right next to him a second ago is like 5 feet down that way, like looking up next to a pillar, and you're like, what the hell is happening? And then he drops dead.
Like, that is it's not even enough time to strangle someone. It's surreal.
He gets them real quick. Yeah, I don't know how he does that.
He's
I mean,
got
he's a
real
super
good
freak.
grip strength. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a genetic freak, and he's not normal.
Got that gorilla grip right on your throat.
Or they sped up the footage, and that guy just takes like 10 minutes to tie his shoes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is like happening really. There's a lot that they're just cutting out.
He just didn't want to
TV.
embarrass him.
That's valid.
It actually takes a very long time to kill someone with an invisible choke slam, so
True.
which is what he upgrades to, and it starts making a little more sense. But just the straight strangulation, there's a really they do cool things with that. Like they drag people like slightly off the ground to make this effect work. In very quick cuts, so you never really get a good look at the for too long, but it's enough.
Yeah, and it works.
It's spooky.
Yeah.
They got some legitimately spooky things going on in a couple of these future episodes.
It's good stuff, yeah. The kind of horror aspects of Kuuga are really quite impressive. In a way that is kind of
show.
Reminiscent to Ichigo, because like there was a lot of times where like every now and again when Ichigo would do its like weird horror shit, it would do it pretty goddamn well. And in the same vein, every time Kuuga goes, dips a little bit into those horror waters, it's always excellent.
I think appropriately enough that this is pretty much our Chameleon Man homage.
Mm-hmm.
That it at least gets effective in that front.
Yeah, for sure.
Should we speak of this Chameleon Man?
Yeah, we probably ought to speak of this Chameleon Man. Megaimre is his name for people who might know. This is a dude who's been hanging around for like a bit.
It's true.
Interestingly, so his human form, you will recognize him as the dude with the kind of spiky blonde hair who's walking around in just the like black and white vest without a shirt on. He's been hanging out for like a not insignificant amount of time, and this is the first time we see him actually start doing grungy stuff. Let me see if I can get like a good full body picture of him in suit.
It is his time.
Yeah, it's his turn to play the game.
Been paying his dues. Been waiting.
Yeah. I think generally the suit looks pretty cool. I have like there's one thing that amuses me endlessly about it though, and I don't imagine it's hard to figure out.
Is it the Muppet mouth?
You talk like Beaker.
You do be talking about Like,
they only make him do it once, but he sure got the beaker mouth.
Yeah, it's
I love
very
it.
good.
I have enjoyed that pretty consistently. The Gorongi have had opposable mouths in some manner or
Mhm.
another, even if they don't get much use. I think it's just like a really cool
Yeah.
attention. His is just very funny.
Yeah.
Very low tech compared to the other ones. But it looks fine.
Yeah, it works for the character. But yeah, it is just kind of funny to see him talk and to see them use his practicals, and he does the beaker.
Yeah, otherwise he just looks cool.
Yeah,
He's got his little, like, the nose horn of the chameleon is more of like a unicorn horn on him, but
all
is
of it.
huge.
Yeah,
Otherwise, just kind of a big buff lizard.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
big buff lizard with a statement necklace and a belt.
true.
You gotta have the statement necklace.
If you're gonna fucking do the Gegaru, you gotta make sure you got a fucking statement necklace.
Yeah, honestly, if you're not showing up to the game
Yeah.
looking like $1,000,000, get out of here.
You think I'm gonna show up to the game and not serve cunt? Unimaginable.
Yeah, truly. If there's any time.
Yeah. If not now, when? If not,
Not
here,
even
where?
wearing the loincloth either.
Yeah, no, fuck the
He's
loincloth.
just out.
We are literally serving.
Literally serving cunt, yeah.
Chameleon Man, a whole new gender I hadn't considered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the Grongi are inventing new genders every day.
Yeah, literally
It's-
every
it's-
Grongi is just a
it's-
new gender.
It's the only good thing they do, because otherwise they just murder people.
Yeah. Absolutely just horrible dudes.
I hate when
But
they make
damn,
villain
they're hot.
genders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I hate how every single one of these motherfuckers is so hot.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It's
Not
it's
except for
frustrating.
Batman.
Yeah,
Batman looks like a salary man. I'm sorry.
he does. Listen,
That
that's not
doesn't
to
do it
some
for me.
people. Looks at beat
He
drops.
doesn't even look tired though.
Oh, I'm
He's
sorry.
just a guy.
He
He's
just
a-
looks hungry.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I just need to see him in better lighting. That
Yeah.
will burn him instantly.
And also
Yeah,
not
right?
making weird freak Batman faces.
And his weird little sad noise. Like, I still can't get over his noise that he makes when he's hit by light instead of like some, like, you'd think he'd make like a hissing noise or
Oh,
anything
yeah.
kind of intimidating, but he's just like
Me when I'm waking up in the morning.
yeah, I was like, that's the noise we all make when the sun comes through the window. Like, that's not intimidating.
No.
Yeah, you're not special. I make that noise too.
Yeah. I'm also sensitive to sunlight, bitch. You ain't special. Oh god. But something that is intimidating is when after your friend mysteriously dies, a ghost fucking says he's gonna kill someone else at Komazawa Square.
I-
That's so cool. Junji Ito again.
Yeah.
Is-
So cool.
Am I wrong to say that that's voiced very much like a train announcement?
A little
Or
bit.
am I just weird?
No,
'Cause, yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, the next murder
No,
will be
I
at
feel it.
Komazawa Square.
It's not really like
Komazawa
a
Square.
menacing delivery, just very, like, matter of fact. I like it.
Get on down to Komazawa Square if you want to get murdered in time.
No.
The murderer is
Oh,
leaving
Oh,
at
I only got a
5:30.
couple minutes.
Yeah. You better get
Oh,
your ass
of
down there,
course.
bro.
Hope I got my murder pass.
Yeah, don't forget your briefcase on me. You don't want to be stuck in that 5 o'clock traffic.
Mr. Murder again.
Damn it.
Oh.
Gonna have to call
Still
a cab.
alive. Now I have to sit in traffic alive.
Yeah. Some old bullshit. Oh man.
Meanwhile, back at the lab.
Yeah, meanwhile back at the investigation office of the Tokyo Metropolitan Police, Nozomi runs in because a murder have happened, and so we're gonna have to start springing into action like how the cops do. You know, we talk about how there was the weird method of a strangulation for the form of death, and how everyone talks about hearing an auditory hallucination is how they put it at the time. Everyone else is over at the research center taking a look at Goram. Yusuke, as he does, stumbles into a discovery and figures out that next to the underside of it, on like one of its little... What the hell even actually are those? I guess they're supposed to be representative of beetle legs, but yeah, I don't know. I guess on one of its on one of its little beetle feet, it's got some more text.
Can I just say, I don't know if anybody else was like this, but for half a second when we see this thing for the first time on the table, I thought it was gonna look like a whale.
Yeah.
Like when you see it from the back, it's got like that kind of... It's got like this stylized ribbing that looks almost exactly like... Hey, you know how like they draw the Baleen in Waylord's mouth? Like...
Yeah.
Like it looks like that.
Yeah, no, it's...
No, that's very fair.
Absolutely fair. I still think it looks like a whale.
I was like, what? I don't understand the theming. And then it was a beetle, and I was like, oh.
Oh.
No, it's a whale. You cannot prove it differently.
That's a beetle.
You know what?
Whale.
You're right. Yeah.
Big
Sure.
bad beetle whale.
Yeah. Check out my horse armor, nerds.
Yeah, check it out. I got the dankest horse armor this side of the Mississippi.
How much did it cost you?
It was free.
$4.99.
Dang, Oblivion fans, eat your heart out.
Yeah, get fucked. Built different, don't have to pay for horse armor. Sakurako gets a call from Ichijo to tell Yusuke that shit's going down. Yusuke springs into action as Yusuke is wont to do. And so it's time to go to Komazawa
I believe the wording was Ichijo needs you now.
Yeah.
Yes, I do believe that was in fact the wording.
I need you now, Yusuke.
Which is probably what...
He's always saying this.
That's probably what your note referred to, right?
Maybe?
Was it that far down in your notes? Was it late enough to have been referring to
that? I don't think it is, actually. It is right before I said, Junji Ito kind of kills again. What the hell? So, I have a note that simply reads, in quotation marks, I know, you're gay. And I can't remember.
Oh, it's because is it because of the banter between the Nagano guy going
yes,
like,
right.
you getting married? Just kidding,
yeah.
I know you're gay.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding, I know. And
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone, I don't think there's a single person on the police department who doesn't know Ichijo's gay.
It's the year 2000. We don't have the gay marriage.
Yeah.
Not for another too damn long.
Yeah, you're telling me.
I think Japan might still not have it.
Exactly. Too damn long.
That wouldn't surprise me. Unfortunately.
There's some stuff I think being worked out as of now.
Well,
Fingers
right,
crossed.
right.
I feel like I've heard that
Political
some
battles.
prefectures, but I don't know. I look forward to hearing potentially good news.
Yeah, here's hoping. Do your best, LGBT community of Japan. We're rooting for you.
Gays of Japan, unite.
Yeah.
We're behind you.
Now's the time. Attack.
Go.
We head on over to Komazawa Square for the previously scheduled murder. And our fun chameleon man announces that he's going to kill at Central Tower next. Mei Garimaba, who I believe that's the lady, right?
Yeah, the one hanging out with him.
Yeah. Like one of the last of our kind of original group once the two groups meet. She's like, why the fuck are you telling them that you're gonna do this? And he's like, well, because it makes it more interesting, and like if I do this and I'm all based in shit, they'll let me go up a level and I'll be cool.
Yeah, you just don't understand showmanship.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
I respect the theatrics truly.
Presentation.
Exactly. It is going to be important. We will find out going forward.
Gotta have a gimmick, or you're never gonna get over.
I'm always saying this.
You can't just be your own Gorongi name. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta have a thing.
You gotta have a thing.
The people don't pay for the matches; they pay for you.
Yeah. You gotta be interesting. You gotta present yourself in a unique way, or else people just aren't going to give a shit. Looks at Rocky Maivia, looks at Ruthless Aggression era Cena. Anyway,
Rocky had to do some stuff.
Rocky hey, he had to jump through a couple of heaps. They speculate that it seems like things are going to start popping off in a big way. They mentioned that someone named Bada is showing up, so it seems like we're going to start making big moves here.
Bada bing.
Bada boom.
Gasp.
Yusuke gets called from Ichijo, telling them, hey, swap on over Central Towers where it's going down. And we jump over to Ota Ward, Central Tower, at... This says 0:37 p.m., so I believe that's midnight, right? Like 12:37? Or no?
It should be, but... No, because it's daytime, I remember.
Yeah.
They really fuck up the military clock in this show, as we've previously gone over.
Yeah.
I've been very curious if there's some reasoning as to... I never thought about... I haven't tried to solve this.
Because
I probably should have before bringing up this point, but I had wondered if they were using some convention that we just don't know of. Like, if Japanese military time doesn't run on Japanese time, like, what if it's, something else? What if they're referring to a different time zone? I don't mean to be un-American, but there's always the possibility, but also I haven't even bothered to check. I am embarrassed to say I'm just saying this. It's just falling out of my mouth with no thought. I have to leave. Goodbye.
Alright, goodbye.
It's just kind of...
I don't know what it is, though.
A baffling thing, because, they're using AM and PM, which is completely negating the idea of having midnight be 0.
Yeah.
Because that's entirely for the purpose of a 24-hour clock.
Yeah.
Not even technically military, but I know the military loves using it.
Mm-hmm.
But, Japan also pretty frequently uses that these days. Even now.
Yes, Japan is 14 hours ahead of us. Nope, I'm not going to... Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know...
It's something to potentially look into.
I don't know if... Anyways, it's like noon.
Yeah, it's something like that. Well, it's after 5 at least. So I don't know, it's maybe 6, who knows. The police evacuate the civilians in the Central Tower area, and so Chameleon Man murders a cop. I don't really know how they thought that one was gonna go.
Yeah, alright, thanks.
I do appreciate that while invisible, he just kind of yoinks this dude off the ground and slams him face first into the tower. Pretty nice, pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Invisible choke slams going wild.
Yeah.
He's dead on impact. Just crumples to the ground.
Yeah, we get to...
This is where I was really starting to appreciate, that lifting effect is actually kind of fucked up and freaky looking.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah, good stuff all around from the special effects department. We get to jump over to a little meeting of the Gorongi, where they're kind of...
Oh man, yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Kind of talking about how things are going to go for the upcoming game, and I believe this is where we get the more formal introduction of fucking Afro guy, right?
Yes, Afro guy.
Yeah.
Definitely a mysterious figure in some kind of green jacket and red scarf.
Gasp! I've never.
And who I, from this point on, went, that's evil Kamen Rider.
Yep.
I'm not going to pretend he's anything else.
How dare you assert such a ridiculous... You have no evidence of it. You have no proof.
He's not even a Grongi, probably. You're right. You're right. It's just some guy. He's speaking Japanese.
I've never seen anyone who's ever looked like him before in my life, and you're just out here asserting that he's evil Kamen Rider. How dare you?
Yeah, incredibly rude.
I have to be rude
well,
too,
you know, it's
because
one of
I
those
did in
things.
fact just call him Kamen Rider Evil in my
Yeah.
notes. Just
Kamen Rider evil.
Kamen
Just like
Rider
right
Evil, all
off the jump.
caps.
Again, just wild. I don't know where you're coming up with these theories.
Oh, you
Complete
know
and total
me. I like to
speculation.
speculate on impossibilities.
Yeah, we like to really get the crack theories out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
well,
good
I guess.
entertainment.
Like, we all know this guy's a
Fair
good
enough.
guy, but like, what if?
Most sinister looking motherfucker on the planet.
How dare you say that? He is so
How could such a red
impossible.
scarf be so...
So evil.
He is so impossible to discern.
My man is wearing the most whack fit in existence, and I kinda love it, like, a lot.
Yeah.
My man is out here, afro, red scarf, black lipstick, green jacket, no shirt on underneath. Just
I'm
absolutely...
sorry, did you say whack? Because that sounds good.
No, that's what I was saying. Like, this is insane fit, but it's also, like insanely dope.
Yeah, take this to the Met Gala.
Hey, fuck yeah.
Works it.
Just don't fall down the stairs.
Eat your heart out, Carl. Rest in pieces. Look at this.
Yeah. Wish you could fucking serve licks as good as this. My man is dressing. Call him ranch.
Yeah, there you go.
So we jump back to the tower where fucking Chameleon Man's just like murdering cops. Like it's a thing
Cops
to
keep
do.
getting owned.
Yeah.
Like it's going out of style.
True. Just absolutely fucking annihilating these cops. And then he's like, alright, 10 a.m. tomorrow I'm gonna be at Chuo Plaza and we can do this again. I'm getting kind of bored. Bye, dickheads. Yeah.
Invisible's away again.
Yep.
Also, your bullets do nothing. Sorry
Yeah.
that you paid for all those hand cannons, idiot.
Yeah, sorry that your bullets are cringe.
Nerd. Cringe bullets.
Yeah. If I were me, I would simply have bullets that are based on what? Anyway. Ichijo receives a report about Batman doing the Batman thing. He, tells Yusuke, hey, go fucking kill this man.
Hey, I don't know if you realize this, but there's a bat on you. Okay, love you, bye.
Yeah.
Grab him by the nipple rings and throw him in the dumpster.
Truly.
We go to this dope-ass abandoned warehouse to do a pretty nice fight.
With this fun little swinging light.
Yeah, the
It's
swinging
just
light
there
was a
the
good
whole
touch.
time.
This was
We're live. There's a backstage brawl between Kuuga and Batman. We'll take it right there.
He just jumped him. He just jumped him backstage.
we gotta get some people to maintain order back there. Come on.
Where's the security?
They're truly pulling out all the greatest, like, WrestleMania X7 Extreme Rules match shit. Where
Yeah.
they're just, like, throwing each other through walls
Mhm.
and fences and stuff.
Yeah.
Bashing
Absolutely
boxes
insane
over
shit.
their heads.
It's honestly, I really like this fight scene. It's a pretty dope fight,
It's raw.
and it's
With the
a
spotlight.
great location
Yeah.
to do that fight in. We have a couple of fights coming up that are in abandoned warehouses, and they are all fucking choice. I'm glad this is the part where they start realizing the power of abandoned warehouse technology, because that shit fucking rules.
Just take as many bumps as you can onto objects and wreck
Yeah.
them, please.
Just go
It's gonna look
absolutely
awesome.
insane, like you're doing a fucking CZW match. But during this fight, old Kuuga gets interrupted by our mystery Afro man.
What the? Some kind of rider
Yeah,
with a scar.
And
He does ride a
he's
bike.
masked. I can't tell his face because of that helmet.
Yeah.
Man, you can make a show about this.
Yeah, you can make a religion out of this.
No one would watch that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you need multiple dudes.
It sounds
you
like
need
the
at
kind
least
of
two
show.
colors.
writers.
Yeah, it sounds like the kind of show that would kind of like, I don't know, get the people who would like talk about it way too long, ramble on and on.
Who would do
Yeah.
that? Who would do such a thing?
Just seems like one of those really niche cult classics. Probably wouldn't last very long. Only have like 2 seasons.
Yeah, like a year tops
Yeah, at
total
best.
production. Like maybe a movie remake,
Maybe.
like 50 years
Mhm.
later.
Yeah.
But
After a
I
successful
bet it would flop.
Kickstarter.
Yeah.
yeah,
And yeah, that shit would flop for real. But
flop hard.
Starsky and Hutch.
Woo! Sorry about your life, Starsky. Sorry about your life, Hutch. So
Maybe
yeah,
watch that movie, it's pretty good.
before Yusuke is able to give Batman the big murder, he gets interrupted by our motorcycle man, and we are left wondering, who the fuck is this man? Yo, P, who is this? Yeah.
Yeah. They got this man riding. Yeah, that's all that's missing is some Tims.
Yeah, really?
Truly.
Tim's would make that fit go insane. Note to self, buy some Tims.
Yeah,
Start growing out the hair.
I haven't seen
Fucking-
Tim's in a long time. Bring him back.
Yeah.
You got like $200 to spend on some shoes.
True.
I'm not gonna get real Tim's.
Yeah, there you go. Get
Okay.
the knockoff
That's-
Tims.
I'll get some work boots.
Get the gyms.
Get the
Jimbs.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just make sure a black dude from New York doesn't see you, because he's gonna call that shit out from a mile away. He'll smell
Yeah,
him.
he will zoom in on you with his phone camera and just
Yeah.
start picking at him.
He'll walk into the same area code you're in and be like, "Hey, wait a minute. Somebody got on fake Tims." Start
Hey,
running.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
I-
lie, like, if I start getting, like, if I get my looks torn apart by black men on the streets, I can't help but feel like I must have stepped my game up
Yeah.
to make it this far.
Yeah, that's fair.
I looked up. I was just curious, looking up. Yeah, $210 for a pair of
Holy
Timberlands.
Fuck.
Did you know Timberlands has sandals? Boot sandals?
Boot and sand.
They,
What the
they
fuck
got
does
the
that mean?
vandals.
I.
They
This
got the
is not
suits.
audio friendly, and I'm sorry. But it's on Timberland's website if you want to look at these fucking things.
Oh no! Oh, that's the worst
I love
option.
Naruto.
Hey, listeners, for those like 3 that are still out there,
Oh,
do yourself
shit.
a favor and do not look these up.
No, look them up. Look them
No,
up.
look
Buy
them up.
them.
They will
Please
give
look
you
up the
Yeah.
Adleyway boot sandals.
Yeah,
This
get
just
yourself the
vicious
new
mockered
fashion.
me, and now I'm gonna get sued by wizards.
Yeah,
Okay, like, I don't wear open-toed shoes, but honestly, they're starting to grow on me. I wouldn't wear these, but I would not hate to see them, I think. Am I a freak?
no, I mean these are. There's this. They toe this weird line between sucking supremely and also being insanely dope.
Yeah,
They're kind of fun.
They're like. They're.
Maybe Sorry, go on.
No, I'm just trying to think of how to describe it. Like. Alright, so you know how. Like, sometimes you see people and you're just like. This person is so gender because they shift between, like. They look almost mask or almost femme or not really in between. Like, nowhere in
I
between.
think
That's
think I
this
understand,
in
yeah.
boot form,
Yeah,
but with quality.
yeah. No, truly, that's a good point. Like, I don't know if, like, Met Gala 2023 has got my, like, brain in a weird place, but these look kind of fun. These look interesting.
Okay, like, so I'm looking at them more, and I'm like, this is literally just a cast. And then I look at it again,
Also-
I'm like, they're like high-heeled sandals. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're like platforms. They'll give you like a whole 3
And
inches.
then I look at them again, I'm like, what? This is nothing. It's
Yeah.
just a leather sock.
They have another shoe on their website. We're totally off track, but it's like
Entirely.
they call it a casual composite toe work boot.
What
But
does
it
that
kind of
mean?
looks like another one of these hybrids where it's it's like a Chelsea boot that you can wear to work. Sure. All right.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I guess.
I clicked the thing and I can't even find the actual one that I grabbed that screenshot off of. What a functional website. Love it.
Yeah, good job, Tim. We've got a show to talk about. We should probably get going. I'm sure
Yeah.
Wordsy is fucking furious.
Yeah, anyways, now that that's all cut out.
Yeah.
Why don't
Now,
you buy some Tims? Maybe you'll feel better.
yeah.
I don't see how that would make them feel better.
Make me feel better. We
Um,
jump on over to Kamen Rider Kuuga episode 22 game. Air date July 2nd of 2000. So we start pretty much right at the end of the previous episode, with you know, our masked rider you know, lifting his visor to tell Kuuga that he's like, hey, I'm gonna see you next time, and then he just kind of drives off.
Anyways, bye.
Yeah. You know that anime shit. You know the one. You love it.
I simply cannot read this man. He is giving me nothing to work with. I've never seen anything like it. Is he friend or foe?
Yeah, who could possibly tell?
Who could
He's a weirdo on a
say?
bike. To borrow Yusuke's phrase.
So the problem with that is that describes
To which-
98% of Kamen Rider's cast.
Including him.
To- Yeah, I was gonna say, I literally just wrote down, Yusuke, honey, you're
Yeah.
a weirdo
You're
on a
a weirdo
bike.
on a bike.
He's having this heart-to-heart with Ichijo, and I have to imagine he's just thinking that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're like by the water with the bridge twinkling in the back. It's
It's very
It's-
romantic.
yeah, truly. Like they got the blur on the background for the focus, so it's like it's romantic.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful back there. It's like a star field.
Yeah. We have jumped ahead
Anyways.
a bit.
Chameleon.
Yeah. So you know, Godai tries to look for number 3, can't find him. Goes and he reports in to Ichijo. We jump on over to Ota Ward, the central tower, but it's nighttime now. We're doing some, you know, investigation. Bleh. Sugita, you know, as always, finds something of importance at the, you know, crime scene. We got a bullet that's got some green residue on it, so he's gonna call that in.
It's got chameleon bits on it.
Yeah. Like
Wait a
it.
minute, this bullet,
Yeah.
chameleon blood, and it's fresh.
We got to get back in on that Victorian forensics.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Taste.
Stick it in your mouth like a toddler. See what you learn.
And learn to fuck around and you find out. That's for damn
They
sure.
all-
Chameleon Man is
they-
tasty.
Put it in your mouth.
I'm amused at how the cops in this show all consistently wear like these white cotton gloves that I'm certain that the people working on the show just bought in like a huge batch. I just
Oh, for
find it
sure.
amusing that instead of just buying rubber gloves, which would be undoubtedly infinitely cheaper, they went with this for some
Official
reason.
police uniform.
Yeah.
It's but you're
Standard
doing
issue.
Assume.
forensics work. Like if you're just out and about, like I guess, but like, picking up the bullets off the ground with these little white cotton gloves, it's cute.
It is cute.
Sometimes you just have to pick the one that's better TV. And I think that's the right choice.
Yeah, honestly, that's incredibly fair.
Really, I feel like people are into the like immediate like mood that a rubber glove imbues. I guess like you see
Yeah,
someone put on a rubber glove, like you know they're about to get down and dirty was something potentially scientific.
This is
maybe
very
that's-
fair.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah,
I
don't
do
know.
think it's maybe a more recent sentiment, though.
You think so?
Maybe a
I don't
little
know.
bit.
Maybe
I'm no
with the
TV
rise
expert.
of CSI, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we were necessarily there in 2000, but you
Like,
you
it's
certainly
definitely
make an
the
excellent
cuter
point.
look, but it's just one of those things where I don't think it's remotely important, but I ruminate on it way too much.
Show gives you a
Like
lot
it-
to ruminate on.
It's not just like, I'm not trying to sit here and be pedantic, like, oh, they wouldn't really use cotton gloves when doing forensics work in 2000. Like that, no. I just find it funny because there's no way in hell those gloves were cheaper than just buying a big, like, industrial sized box of rubber gloves. So I'm like, this had to be intentional, and I think that's amusing.
Yeah. You know, one of many very interesting choices that has been made in Kamen Rider that, you know, that we could speak with someone who was, you know, behind the scenes while the shoot was being done, just to go, why you do that? Tell me why you do that, please.
I wonder, potentially, also, if, like, 3 sets of gloves was cheaper wherever they got them than a box of rubber gloves, and they just wash them and keep them in their little costume rack.
That's
Yeah.
Now that is what I think is more likely. For
'Cause-
sure.
Certainly a possibility.
Just trade them.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, they don't need a ton.
I just,
at one moment.
I'm going to be paying more attention from here on out, but I feel like a lot of shots of, like group shots of the cops, like, the background guys also have gloves,
Mhm.
but maybe my brain is just playing tricks on me. I will be on the lookout for this detail that I don't imagine anyone's going to hold me accountable for ever finding. Anyway.
By the time I watch another episode, I will probably forget.
True.
Yeah.
But if you bring it up again, that'll be fun.
I'm interested to see what your findings will end up being. So yeah, Sugita finds this interesting bullet. Ichijo calls him. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go see if I can hunt down Batman and see if I can find where the new Grongi hideout is based off of where he's going." So we head back over to the National Research Institute. It's 8:32 p.m. Sakurako and John are just pouring over Goram, getting all sorts of runes information from him, trying to find some new things to translate to hopefully help discover more about the mystery of Kuuga and the Grongi, etc., etc.
Mhm.
And Akita gets a call from her mom.
Hey, Anakita, remember when you said you would be a good mom?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Where the fuck you at, bitch?
Oops, made another promise in my sleep that I forgot about.
Yeah, whoops.
Teh.
I
Head bonk.
forgot to be a good mom again. Bleh. Fucking Akita.
It is her. This whole
That's-
no, she has a lot more pathos about it.
Yeah.
It's
She does
I
legitimately
just-
feel bad.
There's a part of me that just can't help but think, like, at what point do you as a parent have to recognize that you have to stop making promises?
Oh fuck.
Because you're probably doing more harm by failing to live up to your promises consistently than saying, if I can, I will.
You know, you make a fucking excellent point.
Here's the
But also
sad
that shit
thing.
hurted.
Well, here's the even worse thing. I'm gonna turn the knife now.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they've passed the point of we'll see if I can, because that just turns into no. So we went to promises, and then that's gonna become no. This kid is gonna have so much therapy to go to later.
Listen, no is... I personally believe that no is better than flaking.
Yeah, me too. But
Yeah.
like,
Because I personally believe that the constant, like, roller coaster of expectations and letdown is much more exhausting than just consistent disappointment.
But it's not easier to say.
Yeah,
Because
that is certainly.
She thinks that maybe this time it'll be different, and it never is.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to realize that it's nicer for you to say no than to promise something you can't keep, because, hey, it hurts them when you can't keep those promises. You have to hold yourself more accountable.
Damn, we're really
Jeez.
ripping in the
Nikita
indicators of
probably also needs therapy.
that. Yeah, probably a little bit.
My point still stands, but yeah,
mean,
she
sure.
probably needs therapy. But still, I think she needs work. I'm not going to... I don't really forgive her for that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But, you know, understand she's in a sympathetic position of doing important work. I just think she should just start saying no, personally.
Yeah.
That's fair, but also, like, I do understand that, like, how are you gonna look your own adorable little child in the face when they ask you to fucking spend time with them and be like, nah, dog, I can't, I'm too busy. Go hang out with your grandma.
Are you more comforted when you're at work and you don't see or hear their disappointment when you let them down again? Does that sit better with you?
No, it all sucks.
Yeah, no, it's...
At least one of them is honest with them.
I guess, yeah, but
And
I think
honest with herself, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is she, you know, and
yeah, she's got to hold herself accountable.
Of, like, I can definitely do it. I can make sure I can get home on time and do this, and then she just doesn't because she's too absorbed in her work.
Or maybe at this point she's too scared to hold herself accountable for it.
Who
But,
knows?
You know, yeah.
The point is, around to therapy for the bar.
Please and thank you.
Yeah, everybody gets a therapy. Let's get you all a little bit worked out, huh?
There's my moment where I get to be the jerk.
Congratulations. Does it feel good?
Not really.
No.
I just...
Well, you know, there's no good answer there.
Yeah,
didn't
really.
feel bad either, though.
Valid.
Sometimes you don't want to have to feel like you have to constantly comfort other people for the ways they disappoint you.
Yeah.
Incredibly fair. We jump on over to Ichijo. He gets a broadcast.
Well, hold on. I wanted to point out,
please,
that this moment does not escape the ears or the soulful eyes of John Whiteman.
John Whiteman.
You're a real one, John. We care about you.
Yeah.
Who is looking respectfully.
But there's
And
a
I mean
tinge of sadness now. Yeah.
No, it's like those eyes. I'm not kidding.
My man was affected.
Yeah.
He's taken that in. And I think he is on B's side, but I think he is. But being a character in the show, maybe has a little bit more of a proactive mind about it.
This is true. And certainly we will see something does actually come of that here in a second. But first we got to go see Ichijo. He gets a call from Nozomi, who has, you know, she's helping him with trying to figure out where those Grangi might be hiding based off of Batman's flight patterns. So Ichigo goes to one, Yosuke heads to the other. We head on over to Kashiwa, where John and Sakurako are, you know, they're having themselves a little post-research dinner. And Sakurako is like, yo, John, are you good? My man? Are you like, okay? You seem real, what's going on? And he's just like,
I'm feeling the effects.
He's really feeling the effects. The quote that he says specifically is, when you make a promise to a child, you should keep it.
Jean is so right, and he should say it.
He is right, and he should say it.
Hey, I just John's department is, it's like, archaeology, just generically archaeology.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, John. I believe this is the Department of Nunya's concern.
It is
Go for it.
concern.
Listen, he's gonna make it this concern.
Like I'm still with him. I'm still with him on this future development. But come on, man.
He is not butted in remotely. He is
No.
simply stating his opinion on something he's observed to a third party, which is certainly, I don't think, necessarily butting in.
No, I'm not saying he is.
He also has, like, a whole ass thing of umeboshi. I certainly didn't miss
This is
that.
a plot point that we established, like, when we first met John Whiteman. He can't
really
eat without
loves
his
them.
pickled plums.
I think I truly underestimated how many he would eat.
Like,
He's gotta have them.
it's to the point where in the last episode, like, Godai is like, "Oh yeah, I'm talking to Gene, the pickle guy."
Yes. Yeah, and Okita
Pickle
knows Sean
Whiteman.
as the pickled
Yeah, and
plum
Okita.
guy.
He's just the pickle plum man.
You're the pickle boy. You're a nasty little pickle boy, aren't you, Dr. Freeman? I'm sorry, I mean Dr. Whiteman.
Oh, Jean.
Wow,
Woo!
what a terrible sentence you have ingrained into my brain.
Thank you. It just kind of happens. Oh, shit.
Boy, aren't you? Jesus Christ.
Hello, Whiteman. Oh,
And then he knows he can't really respond in turn without sounding racist, so he just says hi.
yeah, sure. I did appreciate the little irony of they're at this family restaurant and Sakurako is eating a plate of pasta and John Whiteman has the full Japanese dinner set with the miso soup and the grilled fish and the bowl of rice and the pickled plums.
Oh man, he's not
I
even
love it.
register that shit. That's good.
I saw that and I was like, oh, that's fun.
I couldn't help but think, like, at first I thought it was just funny, but then I was like, I don't know how long. Like, does he just live in Japan, or is he here for studying purposes or something? I don't know.
A very good
But
question.
If I was not born in Japan and I went to go live in Japan, I would be eating so much authentic food all the time.
Yeah,
that's-
no, in
that's very
his
fair.
position, I would do the exact same thing.
Yeah,
I'm not going over there for spaghetti Napolitan. Are you kidding me?
I can
I
make
got
that at
spaghetti at home.
home. Yeah. Motherfucker, I am spaghetti. Where you think I'm from?
For real.
They don't call me the gabagool for nothing. We check in on Ichijo as he's doing his investigation, and at the location he goes to, he finds a rose petal, which, as you may or may not recall, is associated with our game leader? I don't know what this
Or,
woman's
you know,
position
lieutenant.
is. Yeah,
Well, neither does Ichijo. She has some authority.
yeah.
We don't really know beyond that. She's a middle manager.
Sure. That's we'll go with that.
In a new outfit.
Yes.
She's been upgrading her look.
She's sporting a new look, and damn if it doesn't look good.
Yeah, it's been sick.
Very good. So he sneaks into the area. He sees a couple of grungy doing the whole speaking to each other in grungy thing. We have Mei Gaimza and Mei Rimaba, and they are talking. I think Gaimza is the dealer guy. And he hands Mei Garima a weapon. She has had this interesting, weird, double... I hesitate to call it a scythe, but that's what they call it in the show thing.
Did they?
I believe I saw some sentences where they referred to
I
it
mean,
as a
yeah, I
scythe.
guess. It's like a sickle. It's like a double sickle.
Yeah, it's
Crescent blades.
it's
know.
fucking weird. It's an
He's
anime
using
weapon
an
is what it
S.
is.
Yeah, he's using a twin blade from Dark Souls 2.
Yeah,
Or
basically.
Well,
using it-
But yeah, so she's got herself a new weapon, and she's feeling real confident that she's gonna join the ranks of something referred to as the Go. She feels like she's gonna really step up after she gets to have her round. You know, obviously the two start arguing for a bit. They get broken up by Rose Lady, and she's like, "Listen, you gotta fucking win your round if you want to become a Go. That's all there is to it. So, you know, quit fucking trying to show out and go prove yourself."
Stupid.
Yeah, dumbass bitch. Ichigo heads off when he is confronted by our Rose Lady. He, you know, points a gun at her. I don't know really what he was planning, but it was probably instinctual.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the enemy is in front of him.
Yeah, incredibly fair. But she just kind of looks at him and is like, You guys have changed, huh? Which I believe she says to him in Japanese, which I imagine is very strange for him. And then she hits him with the fucking tuxedo mask. Gives him the rose petals to the face.
This is the rare Ichijo L.
This is the rare Ichijo L.
He does not take these.
He does not take these. And almost as if to show proof that he does not take these, he takes this L and he transitions it into a common Ichijo W as he wakes up in the next morning in his car with his boyfriend.
As Yusuke is just in his face like a puppy.
Yeah. So fucking.
I mean, it's a double W because honestly, despite taking that L, I think he like fast forwarded the police crew's intelligence efforts like
Oh yeah.
several months ahead of the game with this one meeting alone.
Common Ichijo W.
Yeah, extremely common.
We'll love to see a king winning. Well, I think my favorite thing about this is that we see Godai's bike like parked next to the car. So he could have just waited on his bike, but instead he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna be in the car."
No. Yeah.
I want to look at him.
Stare at him. I want to be there when he wakes up.
I want to see if his eyes move underneath his lids. That's a fucking called shot. Anyway, so they talk about, you know, what happened to him. You know, Yusuke mentions that he didn't find anything at his location, and so he went to go to Ichijo's, and that's where he found him passed out. Ichijo tells him about, you know, hey, they fucking can speak Japanese now, but we probably need to work on, you know, Chameleon Man first, because he's, you know, he's doing the big murder of person, and that's no good. But also ties the kind of a nice thread between, you know, thing A and thing B, because we had those quote-unquote auditory hallucinations from our Chameleon Man in the previous episode, and we were like, what's going on with that? And now we know it was Chameleon Man, and he can in fact speak Japanese, and he's not the only one. This is like a thing the Garangi have become able to do.
They're evolving.
They really are. Love an enemy that grows and changes over time. We head back over to the research center where
you know who's also growing and changing? Me. I got more colors. I'm Yusuke.
True.
I leveled up. I think I can take him.
Yeah. Love that, man. This is just such a... I don't understand how you do this. Mm-hmm. We go back to the Research Institute where we see Enokita, and she's talking about how she fucking spent an all-nighter at the Research Institute. Yeah. How do you have that phone call and then, like, not use any chance that you can to go the fuck home?
Yeah. No.
She was like, Grandma's filling in. I can hang out and do research all night.
See, that's why I think she's scared to face reality.
Maybe. Works hard.
Yeah,
it's an insane situation. Also,
yeah, like like credit where it's due. She's doing very difficult and extremely important work, as she is trying to stop the rash of mass murders that has been going on. So it's not like, you know, she's blowing off her child for something unimportant, but also at the same time, it's just the notion of having a conversation like that and then just not coming home is, I guess, wild, but also understandable in kind of a difficult way of like, shit, I don't know if I'd be able to bring myself to face that kind of music too. Maybe I would just camp out at work all night if I had the opportunity.
I think I'm the Enokita sympathizer in this case, in the sense of you already bailed on your kid, you might as well make it worth it and get the job done.
I guess that's fair.
Maybe not even that much thought. Like, I know how much things can snowball when you get locked into a task.
Yeah, you know, that's incredibly fair.
Enokita got that ADHD.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, very easy to look up and all of a sudden the sun's coming up and you're like, when did that happen?
Like, oh, fuck. I was actually gonna go home today. And then this guy showed me the damn thing with the mushrooms and how they turn colors.
Yeah.
Man. We got on a roll.
Yeah. I mean, and to be fair, that role that they got on did produce important results. And Akita was able to figure out that intense light will mess with 31, our Chameleon Man's cells, which will make it so that he can't go invisible for about 5 minutes. So we have, like, we've got a plan of action against this dude now. We have a way where we can make it so that we can see him for 5 straight minutes, which gives us a window with which to try and, you know, put a stop to him.
To beat him to death, yeah.
Yeah, beat him to death with the club. We head back to the University Archaeology Lab where Sakurako is on her transformation game once again. She's reading
translation.
What did I not say? Translation?
You said transformation.
Oh shit!
It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, you know how Sakurako will always be transforming.
I wish.
You know, it would be really cool in hindsight.
Yeah.
But
yes, translation game.
Yeah. And Sakurako is translating the characters that were found on Goram's Kola, and she sees a bit that reads, "The warrior and his servant join hands, giving rise to a grand future."
It says, "Grab here, moron."
Yeah. Grip it hard.
It's a handle.
Yeah.
Get it.
Get it, want it, need it, earn it. We head back to Pol Pol where, you know, the Pol Pol people are doing the Pol Pol thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Minori
Our fun
is
side characters that we can always rely on for a lighthearted break from reality.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed.
Anyways, what's up?
So Minori is helping the owner, you know, because Yusuke's gone and Nana is also gone. And then Nana is back, and her uncle's like, "Hey, aren't you supposed to be at your acting class? What's going on?" And Nana says, "My acting teacher got murdered by the unidentified life form," and we just kind of have to sit on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are a couple of scenes like this that happen in the near future. There's a part of me that wants to say I appreciate them because, like, it you know, it's cool to see the show kind of really reflecting on, you know, and this is something that Kuuga does a lot, where it likes to really kind of reflect on the real life consequences of what is happening. You know, they make a point to, like, stop and kind of acknowledge that, like, yeah, a lot of people are getting murdered and a terrible thing is happening. But also, at the same time, this sucks really bad. It's just, it's rough. I mean, and understandably so, because it is a rough situation to be in. I don't know. I think all in all, at the end of the day, it is good. It kind of gives us a way to help characterize, even these side characters a little more, just kind of by letting us get a little deeper of a glimpse into their reaction as to what's going on. But also at the same time, I wish it wasn't happening to them. But I guess that could be said about pretty much everyone in the show. But it's
on the other hand, stop it. They don't deserve this.
Yeah, I
Leave
mean,
my
truly,
comic relief characters alone.
Yeah, let them relieve the comedy, please.
Please.
Stop making the comic relief sad. Like, what the fuck?
Who's gonna make me laugh?
Yeah. Now what am I supposed to laugh at? Kamen
Trying
Rider
to have
says
a beach
nothing.
episode.
The misery of
No,
others.
fuck you. This is Kuuga. This is late game Kuuga. We're getting serious now. Pay attention, motherfucker. Yeah, truly. We head over to Shinagawa Ward, Chuo Plaza. Ichijo arrives and he tells Sugita that Sakurai is going to bring some stun grenades that they're going to use to try and stop Chameleon Man. Sakurako calls to Yusuke, tells him about the runes that she translated on the call, and also lets him know, like, hey, that might be a mistranslation. The one that I translated as future might also mean flight. Do something with that if you can. So
grab handle and fly, moron.
Yeah, basically. Clock hits 10. Chameleon Man shows up. He starts murdering police officers. And also, for whatever dumbass reason, takes the can of beans and spills them all over the floor.
It's just a game, bro.
Yeah, just a prank. Chill out, man. I don't understand why he thought it would be a good idea to just tell them that shit. I guess he really thought he was him. But
yeah,
he sure fucking wasn't. So yeah, he's just like, yeah, no. We're just like, this is a game where we try to like murder a bunch of you guys based off a set of rules. And Sugas is like, why? What the fuck do you gain from that? And he's like, I mean, will I win?
Shut up, lol.
Win game. Am big winner.
It's just
literally, it's just a game, and it's like,
it's just a game. Why do you have to be mad?
Yeah, it's just a game. Why you have to be mad? I don't know. Maybe because my cousin got murdered. You dick.
I'm thinking about that like photoshopped poster of like the monkey with the gun.
Oh yeah.
Like,
be careful. You might get shot. Why? You gave Grongi a gun. Why? It's funny.
Exactly.
So yeah, and then after having that fun heart to heart with Sugita, he starts just murdering cops again. Here I go, kill him again. Murdering. Yeah, I'm trying to play to win.
Yeah, I'm going for the high score.
Yeah, true gamer.
Gamers never die.
Yeah,
they just turn into a new form.
Grungy's the first tribe of villainous gamers in media.
Thank you for specifying.
Yeah. Truly, all gamers are villains.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, all gamers are villains.
Sakurai arrives with the stun grenades. They hit him with the stun, and he's like, "Oh, I can't invisible anymore. All right, bye." He tries to run off. He runs into Yusuke, which means it's fight time. They have a nice little fight in like a little shower pool in this office office area. And so
one of the first clips we ever saw was this little example of Yusuke's fighting style, getting all like close up in there, throwing the work elbows. Yeah,
you're right.
This was the clip. What we didn't know is that they Naruto run against each other in a fountain for
Gosh.
It's
Very
great.
true. Yeah, it's wonderful. I gotta be honest. I really do love the fight choreography in this show. I feel like I didn't appreciate it as much when I like first watched, but on this second go around, like really kind of focusing to find things to make note of. I like the way Godai fights. I like that we got to see an evolution of the way Godai fights. I like that we went from some of the early episodes where basically every fight is him getting his shit pushed in for like 5 minutes until he can turn it around to the part where to now where he is competent and like being the one to engage and initiate on fights. It's just a lot of cool stuff is done through the fight choreography of this show, which I think is good. The fact that they are using something that is, for a show format like this, going to be a large portion of the show, even though they don't, they're obviously making efforts, or at least it seems like they're making efforts to not make the fights take up too much time. This is still a decent chunk of the show, and the fact that they are using it to further convey like plot and characterization, I think is cool.
Yeah, there's kind of been a much more detective strain to it.
Mm-hmm.
For the majority of the plot lines. Like, it's been, now that Kuuga has kind of like reached, not yet a pinnacle, because we're getting there.
Yeah.
But a lot more like standard competency. It's very much about tracking them down, instead of fighting them down. And they're changing their tactics as such to avoid conflicts with Kuuga, it seems.
Mm-hmm. It's just cool to see all of this kind of information that can be conveyed through a fight scene that like in a different show might just kind of be just an inconsequential fight. That's just like, obviously that we knew this fight was going to happen and the good guy's going to win. And, let's just kind of get it over with. Nice to see him making a little more use out of those. But yeah, so our time is up. Chameleon Man goes invisible again, so it's time to initiate our plan. Ichijo gives Yusuke his gun so he can go green. I forget, did I mention the name? Did I mention that the forms have names?
I feel like the show has just called them their colors.
Yeah, in the show they call them the colors, but they do actually all have names.
I guess I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that's something we can go into later, but for now, so he goes green. He gets on Goram lifts him up high into the sky
and apologizes for being late.
Yeah, the beetle talks now.
Talk.
Don't worry about it.
Now grab the handle, idiot.
Yeah,
we're going green.
Yeah,
give him the B-Man special.
So Godai uses his now based hearing and vision to hunt down Chameleon Man, who was, from the way that map zooms in, from that maybe it was helicopter B-roll, my man was running.
Yeah, he was booking it.
He was miles away. But not far enough, and he gets fucking sniped. And once they get done with that, Yusuke tells Ichijo that he thinks he knows how to like summon our beetle friend intentionally. So hell yeah, look at our boy Kuuga growing and changing. You love to see it.
Figuring stuff out. Also, we get this great shot where he de-transforms from green to red, but the gun just goes back to normal. So you just get Kamen Rider with a gun.jpg.
Yeah, I'm sure that one's gone around.
Yeah, it's got his piece.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm almost assuredly there has to be somewhere out there that picture with "I'm going to kill you with the power of friendship" and this gun I found.
Right.
But that does it for episode 22 and leads us into episode 23, Uneasiness. Original air date July 9th, 2000.
You're telling me.
I am. We started the archaeology lab where Sakurako and Jean they're doing their thing. Sakurako deciphers something that leaves her in a stunned silence, and before we get any information onto that, it's off over to Pol, where we get Nana coming back, and we get some information that we've had a little bit of a time skip, because Nana, apologizes to her uncle for taking several days off due to the death of her drama teacher, which, like,
unacceptable.
fair.
You're fired.
Yeah, God. If this was corporate America, that shit would have been...
If you weren't my niece.
Yeah. Absolutely fucking atrocious behavior. We watched Godai show up at the research lab, where there's only Jean. He's just
Mr.
out
John
there.
Whiteman. So, the previous scene at the lab, or the university, whatever, we were cutting in because we got the radio show still going, and we're talking requests. This is apparently a show about sending about your hot takes about people's taste in music. Like, they play requests and they make people criticize them or something. I want to listen to the show, honestly.
So fucking yeah.
So this scene, I'm glad you're going to recap it for me, because I wrote down that I was not paying attention to it because Sister Goldenhair started playing, and I was just too busy jamming.
Thank you. I had a note about, like, I knew the song, but I was like, I cannot pull a name for this song for the life of me. But
good fucking pick, whoever.
Yeah.
Like, whoever called in for Sister Goldenhair by America. Ooh. Good stuff.
Good choice, my man.
So yeah, please tell me what they're talking about, because I entirely forgot.
No, that's very fair. So yeah, Yusuke arrives at the research lab. He finds Jean is the only one there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Sakurako went out on, I guess maybe it was a date." And Yusuke's like, "Wait a minute. What do you mean a date?" And he was like, "Yeah, I don't know. She just went out to see some guy. I don't know who." Yusuke asks about the deciphering, because there is they're wondering if there is anything specifically mentioning a shocking sensation, because old Godai has been feeling a little bit of a tingle as of late, a little Billy Bon Bon. My boy, as our friend Tom Savro put it. So we see Sakurako. She is. We have a lot of shots of Sakurako kind of just walking in this one, because we're getting kind of a glimpse as to her mental state. Truly the point of this scene is to kind of convey to the audience that she really truly seems to be shucking up about whatever that thing was that she translated. But, like, for recap purposes of this, like, we watched Sakurako walk.
Well, it's a dual purpose as well, because it also kind of conveys her route that we get to see in reverse later.
Yes, which is
which does become important.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, we will get to that because it is certainly going to become relevant. So we're back over at the Joint Task Force office. One of the police leaders is saying that okay, so if we do, if the Garangi are in fact just kind of murdering people for a game, maybe what Batman is doing is also related to this game, and maybe that can give us some sort of a beat on to figure out what he's doing and how we can intercept him. Speaking of whom, we go back to Nagano, where we see Batman chanting in front of a rock. Ancient power, come forth and grant me a gift.
Please, I've been so good.
Yeah, please, I've been so good. May I have a rock? And the ground acquiesce.
Yeah, sure, go away.
Yeah. Him get receive Rock, and then he dips. And we head back on over to Bunkyo Ward. Godai is still trying to reach out to Sakurako. He uses a payphone to try and reach out to her cell, but gets an error when he tries to call her. We then get a call to Godai from Ichijo over the police scanner, and they plan themselves a little park date.
Yeah. It's gonna be very romantic. We're not gonna bring up a staggering number.
Yeah. I hope that number is in... Oh, yes, it is. There it is.
I wrote it down.
Oh, good.
If not...
Big ups to the death count. We head on over to Kanto Medical University Hospital, where Tsubaki is here with Sakuraka, because she came over to talk to him about old Godai-kun. Because he's mentioned that recently he started to feel those shocks through his body when he transforms. Tsubaki mentions like, oh yeah, Godai, he told me about that, and he thinks that it's something that's gonna let him make himself stronger. They're both like, maybe it's got something to do with Amadan, which, if you do not recall, is that weird rock thing that is in the core of his belt. If you'll remember, it is also the thing that quote-unquote killed him during the Mushroom Man episode, or Mushroom Thing episode.
Yeah.
So, just bringing that one back up. We're like, maybe this is related to that. Sakurako mentions that she's worried that if he uses up all of his energy when fighting, he might, actually die this time. And Tsubaki's like, well, listen, there haven't been any changes with the rock so far, so it's probably going to be all right. Assuages her fears a little bit. We head over to...
and then he starts putting on the move.
Yes, and then he starts throwing game.
Oh, we both take our teeth straight. Haha, or so alike. Are you single?
Yeah. Tsubaki, I believe it is specifically over these 2 episodes, my man Tsubaki throws game at Sakurako, which, I respect the hustle, my man.
Oh, it's going to continue on for the next 6.
Oh, true. Well, I'm rooting for you, I guess, Tsubaki. Hope it works out for you, my man. We head on over to the train station. We're watching Sakurako as she's about to, head to some other location. This is an important thing, which is why we're bringing it up. She receives a plastic bag containing a lighter, and then she hops on the subway, and we notice that our grungy girl, who we saw briefly in the previous episode, she is also on the same car. What could that be about? Well, we will find out later, because it's time for Yosuke is Godai. Ichijo and Godai's date.
Yusuke.
Yeah. So, as one would do on a date, Ichijo starts by asking Godai if he knows how many people have been killed by the unidentified life forms. Which Godai does, in fact, have the exact number. Thank you for updating the death count for us. It's 1,389.
What the fuck, man?
That is so many. We didn't even get to that many in total through all 98 episodes of Ichigo.
That's 3 times, I feel. No, never mind. How many did we get? We got up to 700?
Were we at 700?
800.
What was the final result? What was the final total? B drops.
Yeah, B, do you?
Well, you'll have to give me a minute.
Please.
To go
Oh, I'm sorry.
that I have put elsewhere.
My apologies.
In the meantime, we can just fill space. Yeah, what the fuck? That's... I'm kind of amazed that the show just kind of dropped a number like this real cash-like. Because this is a hell of a thing to just say in your kids' show
Right?
that
But
is like
Nickel-
live action.
Nickel and Diamond murders up to fucking nearly 1,400 people.
Yeah.
Final total 869.
Nice.
Eight-
800
Oh, nice.
Ah, nice. Yeah, so nearly twice the
Yeah.
amount.
Yeah,
For
not
some
not
reason,
quite there yet, but I mean, shit.
low
At the pace we're
volume.
going, we'll meet it if we just are tenacious enough. But yeah, God, that's just like an insane amount of murders to just happen, and like we're not even close to resolving the situation.
God, we really gotta get on this.
Yeah, we really got to get on the ball before another 1,000 people get murdered.
It's probably fine. Their game will end soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
Ichijo obviously wants to console Godai a little bit, and he's like, "Hey, listen, those deaths aren't your fault. But in order to prevent more, we gotta really attack their roots. We gotta fucking find where their base is. We gotta start getting real proactive about it, and we can probably figure out how to do that if we follow, ULF3, aka Batman. Godai mentions that he thinks that ULF 00, which you may remember as the creature that shows up in the video that is recovered from the initial archaeology team that gets attacked. That is the one who is referred to as ULF 0. And, Godai suspects that he's their leader. Ichijo's like, that makes sense, and maybe that's like the rose tattoo woman. And that video was her in her Grongi form, but we can't confirm anything at this point. We're just speculating. Ichigo's like, whoever she is, even if she isn't like their leader, she's definitely important. She's high ranking. So it's gonna be a good idea for us to find her. He also mentions that he is getting Enokida and her team to try and find new ways to track the unidentified life forms, because previously we've basically only had like sonic signatures from like Batman and the Bee Dude, and that's pretty much it. We've never really had a good way to like track the Grongi besides just like following the patterns that they're making, because this is just a game that they are playing. So we're working on our efforts to see if we can figure out how to do that. Ichijo also asks Godai about the tingly feeling. We're going to be talking a lot about the tingly feeling on this one, for reasons that will be discovered in the next episode.
That's the tingles. You need a cream?
Yeah. How you tingles, my boy. Godai is like, I don't think it's bad, but I might talk to Tsubaki about it, which I'm sure made Ichigo feel amazing to see Godai being proactive about his own personal health for once. It's a goddamn Christmas miracle. Godai really strikes me as the kind of dude who like would break an arm and be like, "Nah, I need to go to the hospital. I'll just let this heal." And it's like, dude, my guy, please
Sling me up, I'm good.
At least let the professional sling you up. Fuck.
Nah.
I can see this conversation with Godai too vividly. So Godai heads off, and Ichijo gets a call from Sakurako, and we're gonna go check in on our Grongi now. So Rose Lady is talking to our other woman. Lets her know, hey, listen, you're the last of the previous group. When the first of the next group arrives and announces that the final round of the game is going to begin with just the Go players. She's like, well, cool, that's going to include me, because I'm going to become a Go. And,
Please believe me.
Yeah, people are all like, prove it. Rose Lady is like, all right, so if you want to become a Go, you've got to do 288 murders in 18 hours. And fucking old Miss Garimaba, Miss fucking hot shit, is like, I'm gonna do it like how the Go do it and make it really hard on myself for no reason. And then she stomps off with her weird double sickle. Yeah. And we'll see how this goes for her, but probably not great. We go over to the Research Institute, where we get to overhear a message where the police are formally acknowledging ULF-4, aka Kuuga, as an ally, and they have set up a hotline for tips regarding the unidentified life forms. So hopefully that'll help grease the wheels on some things.
We better tell Yusuke about this.
True.
That was a line I appreciated a lot, is the scientists that are still not aware that Kodai is Kuuga.
Yeah, somehow.
Oh, we better inform him about this new development.
Yeah, he's a little one to know. So we head on back to, the university hospital. No, wait. I accidentally scrolled up. That's what happened. But I'm sorry, we do go back to the university hospital, but this time instead of... That's why I remembered that we were going back to the hospital, but I was looking at the wrong part of the text. We go back to the university hospital, where we're watching Tsubaki examine Yusuke. He mentions that Sakurako visited and asked about the shock, the same shocks that Godai is there about, that she seems, pretty anxious about it. And, Godai's like, it's kind of rare for her to, reach out in an anxious way like that. And I forgot about this, but it is important because it comes up in a later episode. Tsubaki's like, all right, so I figured it out. The reason you are feeling these electric tingles is it's an after effect from when I shocked you with the paddles when I thought that you were going to die. And Godai's like, really? And Tsubaki's like, of course not, you fucking idiot. I have no idea what this is. Why would I possibly know that?
As your doctor, I'm entitled to a little joking.
Yeah, as your doctor, I am allowed to engage in a little tomfoolery.
Since you auto-heal most everything else.
Yeah. Since you're a fucking freak mutant, I get one. I do appreciate that Tsubaki really seems to have taken Godai in stride to the point where he is now actively making jokes about his strange nature. Really shows how he is adapted from when he first met Tsubaki, or when he first met Godai. But somehow I imagine that want to get all up in them guts and figure out how everything in there is working is probably still there. He's just not being, enough of a freak to voice it now. So with that, we head over
Never goes away.
Yeah, it never truly goes away. We go to Chill Ward Harumi, where we're gonna watch our girl do her game. She
sorry.
No, please.
I was thinking back to the train station scene. I remember as I was watching, I did notice they made, it wasn't like overt, but I felt like everybody surrounding Sakurako, all the bit characters that we were about to see, were made pretty adequately conspicuous, or at least consistent through every cut. Like, at least one of these extras was on camera.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It made me, it was set up like it was going to be a murder mystery. Like, it's like, hey, look at all these characters. They will be important later. But no, the mystery is that they are going to be murdered.
Yeah. You're right. It is a murder mystery, but not in the way you think.
It was a nice little thing. It was like a real good, like, subconscious prep. It was like, look at all these people. Remember them. Yeah,
commit these to memory, because they are going to become important. So she gives them the old fucking samurai movie classic. She just kind of walks back and swings her sword at them, and they just kind of keep walking past, and it seems like everything is normal until she stops and she says, "Hey, don't look back." And then as they do, I think are these the ones where you actually see the neck slide a little bit first
Yeah.
before they collapse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good effect. Oh, that was so fucked up. So yeah,
What got me real bad was like, oh fuck.
yeah, it's good shit. It's some real good horror. So yeah, you watch this couple. They turn around to look at this weird woman who just walked past them with a, what was that weird stick? What did you say? Don't turn around. Why would I? And then you watch their like necks slide a little bit, and then you just see a shot of them like collapsing, and you're allowed to fill in the rest of what might have happened. I think there's like a close-up shot of like a necklace they were both wearing on the ground, covered in
because
blood.
it was a lovey-dovey couple.
Yeah.
The fucking necklace falls off their neck because they got cut off.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Good shot.
Grizzly.
Yeah. Very, very supremely good shit. But yeah, incredibly. This is
Made you look, idiot.
definitely one of the. Never mind. I was gonna say this is one of the more fucked up murders that we have, but like they're all kind of fucked up is the thing. Like
They've all been-
none of these are cool. Like
This one's gnarly. This set is gnarly.
for sure.
Like the victims involved are
Yeah. Ooh.
horrifying.
Yeah, and it only gets worse going forward.
Yeah.
God, I will say that is something I kind of like about the Grongi, is that they allow them to be like truly heinous, ruthless bastards. Like every single Grongi that you meet, you're just like, oh, this dude is such a piece of shit. And the way that they murder people is so fucked up. And I don't know if you would necessarily get that kind of consistency in other Kamen Riders. You know, so other Kamen Riders, there might be like one or two standout like Fuckler Supremes. But in this one, everybody's the Fuckler.
It's the context that be added all those episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said this before, I'll say it again because it's just so relevant to this ongoing thing. The Grongi really are representing less of characters and more of a extended metaphor for, like, you know, how acts of violence don't really choose their victims.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, the context of this being born out of the anxiety and fear of you know, very public space terrorist attacks.
Yeah.
Just gets hammered in more and more as you think about it. It's just like, yeah, doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter if you're in love, doesn't matter if you're a 5-year-old.
Yeah, death is coming for you, and it's, you know, there is no selection process. You know, you truly never know what's going to happen, and it's like, I understand the choice of the message, and I definitely recognize why they did it because it's important, but also at the same time, it is just kind of rough, and I imagine also like being a kid and watching this was probably very difficult at times.
Man, if I watched this as a kid, I would have never gone outside ever again.
Right? Like, this would be the show to do it, because truly, it's like, kind of the core premise of the show is like, hey, you never know what's out there, you never know what could happen. And, you know, it does try to assuage those fears a little bit, but also at the same time, it's like, fuck, man, that's just scary. I think it would be very hard to, like, watch this as a young child and then be like, yeah, but I'm still just gonna, like, go out and play with my friends whenever. Especially, you know, again, with the additional context of kind of the public consciousness at the time. Just very
crazy, dude.
Yeah, crazy shit, but it's also a very big part of what makes Kuuga so fucking good as a show.
Yeah, I don't think that's where the message stops either. I think it's just representative.
Yeah.
Because yes, the notion of Kuuga existing is supposed to be not necessarily a thing of prevention, which is, you know, perhaps the cynical age saying, hey, that's not always going to happen. In fact,
Right.
It probably won't happen, but we
But-
can at least react and stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Certainly,
People got to be out there to do that.
But hopefully there will in fact be people out there to do that. So we head back to Chiyoda Ward, where we see Ichijo and Sakuraka. They're getting some lunch together, and Sakuraka is talking about asking like, hey, how much longer do you guys think that this is gonna take? How much longer is Godai gonna have to keep doing this shit? And he asks her about like did you find something concerning? Is there something that I need to know? She mentions like,
tell me about my boyfriend.
yeah. Listen, he's my boyfriend. You gotta tell me if something's wrong. She tells him that it just kind of it's more puzzles and more mysteries and more shit that needs to be figured out. But she's just getting a bad feeling about all of this. Kind of a general bad vibe. And Ichijo's, he's like, hey, listen, I'm right there with you. And it's I just respect you kind of coming out to talk to me on this, because in police work sometimes you really gotta just follow your intuition in order to get to the right root of the issue. And they have their conversation about just kind of Godai and the situation as a whole. She apologizes for bothering him, but he mentions that the police are working harder and working harder to make sure that they aren't having to rely on Godai. So hoping to kind of they're both kind of on the same wavelength, really, is kind of a general major perspective of this conversation. Of they are both concerned about Godai. They both don't want him to have to keep fighting, and they're both kind of working in their own ways to try and make it so that he doesn't have to keep fighting. Ichijo gets a call from Sugita, who mentions that we've got 36. She's on the run. She's out doing murders. So he calls Godai, and we're off on the chase. We head over to Minato Ward in Roppongi, where we are watching our girl continue to murder civilians, as our rogues girl watches with a new gentleman who had just shown up earlier,
who I have been referring to in my notes as the Ninja Council.
Yes.
This big motherfucker in a scarf and a big old beanie.
Yeah, very very interesting gentleman, that man.
Incredibly not conspicuous.
Truly the least conspicuous of all of them, but also like in a way where like, are you gonna fuck with him? I'm not. Look at that dude.
Someone who would have gone to my school.
It's Sasuke from accounting. Kakashi, I'm sorry, I said the Forbidden Man.
Yeah, rip.
The Forbidden Ninja.
Bad vibes, unfortunately, now.
This one's Sasuke from accounting. He had bad taste.
Yeah, true. So yeah, this new gentleman arrives and asks when the semifinals for the Gegel are going to begin. And
what's that March Madness, bro? I gotta bet on those brackets.
Yeah, they're like, listen, we're just waiting for one more dude, and once he's here, we start immediately. Godai truly finds 36 by happenstance, mostly because she's walking around with a big scythe.
Watch out, bitch! Watch out, bitch! Swinging that thing down the street, boy, killing everybody.
Yeah,
we got old guys, we got 5-year-olds, and their moms.
Yeah, we
got that other mom that gets really scared, but she's not on the train. So
yeah, that fucking scene of like a mom with her child seeing this woman walking down the street with a scythe and like worrying that something is going to happen to her and her kid, and then she just walks past and then does the bad thing to another mom and her child.
Whoops.
Truly some shit. So yeah, Godai finds her like pretty much by happenstance. and he transforms. They're going to have themselves a little fighty fight, which partway through that fight, Godai does like break the scythe in half.
Yeah.
Which he
This
then also
ruled.
uses to turn into his own sword because he goes purple.
I'm gonna take your sword and turn it into a different sword. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Fuck you.
There's some
sword's
really
cooler.
cool terrain slicing effects in this fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're cutting pillars. We're cutting pieces of the bike.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I believe we sliced a part of the bike and yeah, there's just some cool stuff getting done on this fight with the practical effects. Yeah, they do a really good job of like really like conveying that this is like the sharpest blade on the goddamn planet.
Yeah.
This is a dangerous weapon. So they have this fight, and I think she either gets away somehow or we transition like during the fight. I don't remember 100%. But we transition to Sakurako back at the archaeology lab, where she discovers a phrase that reads, "When the holy spring dries up, the fearsome warrior descends like a thunderbolt, and the sun will be swallowed by darkness." What does that mean? Well, we don't know now, but we'll find out eventually. Yeah. Find out next time on Kamen Rider. Next time, of course, being episode 24, Strengthening. Original air date, July 16th, 2000. Okay, so we did transition during the fight, because we start back at the fight, where Yusuke, as he is fighting this Grangi, his sword starts to glow for a brief moment. It like gets this golden glow and it lengthens a little bit. And then Goram, the beetle, arrives. It attaches itself to the motorcycle. We are in horse armor mode. He rams this woman, and
Ramming
she
speed.
lives.
Yeah, he throws all the truck fucking power that thing had at her.
Yeah.
and she parries the explosion, I guess,
Or something.
like it's about to kill her, and she's like, "Nah."
And she's like, "What if I didn't, though?" And the explosion is like, "Oh, well, geez," she said.
So, like, despite Garam talking in episode, 21? 22?
22, I think, yeah.
This is the first time where it registered in my brain, and I'm like, oh my god, the little baby tank talks.
Yeah, the little baby tank talk.
Him just a creature.
Yeah, he's just. I do love that they gave it like a little robot guy voice. It kind of sounds like Haro from Gundam. I appreciate that. Good voice for your beetle horse armor. So yeah, they go ramming speed on this woman. She doesn't die. Goram just kind of collapses.
Just falls to pieces on her.
Yeah, just falls to pieces off of the bike. And so, Godai thinks, he mentions that he thinks he's understanding how to use those tingling feelings that he's mentioned he's been getting to become a little more powerful. He wonders if Sakurako has managed to decipher anything about that. Ichijo tells him that Sakurako, that they had that conversation where he mentioned that, she was worried. Godai says he may need to some time to figure out how to, become stronger, and he might actually need Enoki's help for that. We head back over to the university where Sakurako is continuing to work on the runes, while we are, news outlets are, of course, letting people know about what is going on with the new unidentified life form. Ichijo is preparing to leave one of the crime scenes. Sukuna mentions to him that they have no leads on where our most recent Rangi went. But Ichijo notices that she has left witnesses, unlike some of the other Grongi. So we've got some people who we can talk to try and get some information, maybe try and form a pattern of some kind. And he's also able to kind of deduce from this that, you know, whatever version of the game she is playing, it seems to have different rules than what other people have been doing. So they, you know, Suki does like, you know, that's something that we can work with. They decide to run some background checks on some of the victims when Ichigo gets a call from Tsubaki. He's finished the autopsies on some of the victims, and he mentions that they didn't realize they had been killed until, like, after it happened.
Which is a fucked up thing.
Yeah.
To just put in my brain.
Hell of a thing to just say. But that's where we're at. Ichijo mentions that this is the first time they've ever actually used, like, a weapon. Tsubaki is like, hey, what's going on with, you know, Godai? He was here earlier, and Ichijo lets him know that he went over to Sakurako's. We head back over to Sakurako, where Godai is now here, and we get our McDonald's product placement. I'm loving it.
It took me off guard so much.
Seeing the real brand?
Yeah.
Well, like, seeing the real brand, and then also getting, like, a sales pitch. Because Godai is like, no, it's fine. It's good both cold and hot.
Even when it's cold, it's still good.
Not gonna lie, it did work on me. I kind of want McDonald's cheeseburgers. Like,
Listen,
that very specific flavor of cheeseburger.
Yeah, that is truly the secret, is as much as I do not do it, I'm pretty much always down to fuck up a McDonald's cheeseburger. You fucking throw a McDouble at me and I will go to town on that thing.
Honestly.
There's just something about those little ones, right? Like the little, like, $1 one slice of cheese with the pickles and the onions burgers.
Yeah, I remember when they were $1.
Yeah, back in the olden days, before times.
Shit. This makes me so mad.
Back when the dollar menu was a thing and they had the fucking snack wrap. Bring back the snack wrap! Oh. I fucking loved that thing.
That thing was awesome.
It was so good. We are getting so sidetracked. So we do our product placement, and he mentions it's nice to see her, feeling a little bit better after, they have a little joking exchange over him talking with his mouth full. Yeah. So
sorry, my mouth is full of delicious McDonald's hamburgers.
Yeah,
only for $1.99.
Wow, only 100 yen. She knows why. Finally he asks her if she's made any kind of deciphering progress, and she is hesitant to let him know what's going on. And he's like, hey, listen, just tell me the truth. Whatever it says, just, it's fine, and we'll work it out from there. So she shows him the translation about, the sacred fountain and the sun setting, and she's like, I don't understand what this means, but I'm worried. But Godai, in very typical Godai fashion, is like, I don't think this is going to be anything bad. I don't think we have anything to worry about. And she's like, all right, you know what? This has been kind of a recurring theme with our relationship in the show. I'm going to trust you, man. We head back over to the police office where Ichijo is kind of reviewing the victims and what they had on them to see if there's any kind of a pattern that can be discerned. A pattern is discerned. He notices that 16 of the 41 victims were carrying a particular lighter, despite 12 of them not having any cigarettes. There is a message on one side of the lighter that advertises an opening sale, so Ichijo and Sugita head over to that business to investigate. We then jump over to the Grangi, where we see our murderer lady for the day. She is clearly in pain, apparently parrying an explosion. Yeah, it does not excuse you from tummy hurt, but she's being very brave about it.
But the Ninja Council has decreed you cringe.
Yeah. The Rose Woman shows up and she's like, "Hey, you're fucking running out of time," and she's like, "I'm still gonna do it. It's fine. I'm dope. I'm so based. Are our Afro man shows up and he's like, "You're not gonna do it. You're fucking cringe."
Fuck you, you won't.
Yeah. He even taunts that a May player like her would not be able to kill Kuuga, and she's like, "Hey, shut up and watch me finish." And then she stomps off with her tummy hurt, but in her hold a big sword stance. I love that this actress has this like very specific stance for walking with this ridiculous prop
Yeah.
that made a lot more sense when it was still two-sided, but she's still doing it now that it is a one-sided weapon. Just a little bit of characterization that I really appreciated.
Commitment to the bit.
Yeah,
Awesome.
exactly. Love commitment to a bit. We head back to the university where Sakurako tells Jean that she's going to be heading out to continue to do some research. We go to Chiyoda Ward where Ichijo and Sugita are investigating the business that was advertising the opening sale. They're talking to one of the employees who mentions they aren't opened yet. But they were going to be opening, and they were, handing out those lighters as advertisements. And they mentioned that they were handing them out outside of Ochanomizu Station from 7 a.m. until about the afternoon. Ichijo remembers that 11 of the victims had passes for the Sobu line, and that the station was part of that line. We head back for a little bit to the research station, where Yusuke is speaking with Enokita to try and figure out what he can do in order to work on harnessing this tingling power. She's like, "Hey, you know what? I think I actually have a room that would be great for what you're trying to do. Come with me, and we'll try to get you figured out."
I got the science room. We're
Yeah.
gonna do something.
Come to the.
We're not gonna tell you what.
We're gonna do some shit.
Sounds fun, to be fair.
Yeah, admittedly. We murder another mother and daughter. Just figured you should know we're doing a couple of child murders on this one. Having fun with it, and we see Sakurako as she is out at the library continuing to try and do some research. We go to Taito Ward where Ichijo and Sugita are interviewing a relative of one of the victims who lets them know that his brother may have used the Sobun line on that day. They get a call from another officer who lets them know that a new victim that was found also used the Sobun line, and before 36 attacked, recognized her. Ichijo then deduces that all of the victims probably took the 1057 Sobun line bound for Chiba from Ochanomizu Station. Now, all of this is relevant because do you remember what Sakurako was doing last time around? Do you remember maybe a lighter that we pointed out that she received at a certain station?
Ah,
yes,
surrounded
that's right.
by all those people that you
Yeah.
saw killed.
Yeah.
And
You've
guess
probably
who's
put this
out
together.
now? We head back
Is it Yusuke?
the research center where Enokita is watching Yusuke as he's working on getting this this tingly thing worked out. The way that we see this is kind of interesting because it starts with a shot from like behind him looking at Enokita through like a window, and I think we just see him as he like de-transforms, and he's got the he's got the Tri-Chaser handle with him, and he's just like covered in sweat. It looks like they dropped a bucket of water on him. My man is just soaked. And Enokita truly has this face on her like, what the fuck did I just witness? Oh my god. Like, I don't know if I was supposed to see that.
What kind of science did I just commit?
Yeah, what evil acts have I just wrought?
Why is he so sweaty?
Yeah, why is this man so sweaty? But meanwhile, old puppy boy is just like, I think I figured it out. Alright, cool, I'm gonna go, bye.
It's just what I needed.
Exactly. We head back over to Pol for a little bit of comic relief. Psych. Minori shows up as Nana and the owner are doing some dishes. Owner turns on the TV, which is in the middle of an emergency broadcast warning everyone who was on the train with our current Grongi murderer to stay inside. Don't get yourself fucking sliced. The police then get news of a sighting of our Grongi, and we start to converge. We head back to the university hospital, where Tsubaki also hears the broadcast and immediately puts A and B together, that Sakurako might have been on that same car with our ULF when she visited him earlier. And sure as shit, our Grongi woman shows up in front of Sakurako. She tries to run away. She trips on some stairs.
The first person.
Yeah.
It's so funny because Sakurako starts running and it's like, oh shit, nobody ever makes me. She's wearing heels.
Yeah.
It's awkward run after her. Yeah, it's a good thing Sakurako is unfortunately now a slasher damsel, so she must trip on everything.
Yeah, has to trip on the stairs and assume the position, as it were.
Ah! Oh no.
Yeah, but luckily, of course, Yusuke arrives in time, which means it's time for another fight. He goes straight into the purple form, and they're squaring off with each other. And after a little bit, Yusuke finally successfully channels the power of those little shocks.
The power of Grayskull, yeah.
Yeah, the power of Grayskull. He proves that he does have the power, and he turns into
purple and gold.
Yeah, purple
Lakers.
and gold. Yeah. Let's go
Lakers, baby!
Let's go Lakers, baby! Kobe!
Kobe!
Yeah, he turns
championships.
He turns into Kamen Rider Lakers. He's in his purple and gold fit, with his new, even more based than it was before sword.
Yeah.
Which
Nintendo
he
sword
uses to fucking just stab this woman in the chest.
It is a little anticlimactic given your big power up, but
bit.
He'll do it.
Yeah,
you got more reach.
My man says, "Fuck it, I'm done fucking around." Get that in there. Be gone. Thought. And
ran you over already. You should be dead.
Yeah, really, truly. And that is our episode. As she is destroyed, and Sakurako and Ichijo watch on in a combination of awe and horror.
He was in fact not based.
Just as the Ninja Council decreed.
Yeah, she was in fact cringe. Was not built different.
A fun little detail as the episode closes out, I've noticed, all the to be continueds have been glitchy and a little fucked up.
Yes.
And with this episode, the to be continued now shines gold.
Yeah, we got our gold trim now, motherfucker. It's time to. It's time for. It is now time truly for the part that happens in every Kamen Rider eventually, at least in the Heisei era, where our protagonist turns into a fucking monster. Not necessarily personality wise, but on a sense of power scaling. This is the part of every Heisei Kamen Rider where holy shit, our hero starts getting scary strong.
Stop fucking around.
Yeah,
start taking off the limiters.
Maybe a human being shouldn't have access to all of this powerful. Which is fun because we usually also get some stuff about that in show about what have I become in this pursuit for justice or whatever. And this show is no different. We are definitely going to talk about it. Did anyone else have any other specific takeaways from this episode or this batch as a whole that they maybe wanted to bring up?
I think I have said my piece.
Yeah, I feel like I guess if anything, the one bit I'm just kind of going over my notes and thinking about the things I wanted to say. One thing I didn't point out that I would like to is Yusuke kind of arrives on the scene of this final fight, and saves the day by body checking this woman on his bike,
Yeah.
And he
again.
launches her. She goes blasting off and like slams into a pillar. It's like, goddamn, Godai, how fast were you going, my man?
Too fast, as evidenced in later instances where he really should not be going that fast.
Yeah, true. Too fast, too furious, indeed. But yeah, this is a start to a very interesting part of Kuuga that I'm very much so looking forward to getting to. And also, hey, you guys want to hear something fucked up?
No.
We are one episode short of being at the halfway point for this whole series.
That's messed up. Why'd you tell me that? I said no.
Well, because I wanted to tell the people who are listening, the other people. But yeah, like holy shit, we're halfway through this thing pretty much. We are actively about to start entering the actual literal back half of the show. Yeah, incredibly wild, but also really exciting. I can say it really only gets better from here. I think this back half of the show is when Kuuga really starts kind of cooking some of that good shit. Especially because without spoiling too much, I am going to say this next set of villains that we are going to be working with are they are really quite something. And I think they are going to be an interesting kind of wrench that is thrown into the operation that is Kuuga's operating. But that is going to be something that we talk about next time. We're going to do, of course, another batch of 4 episodes for you, and those are going to be episodes 25, 26, 27, and 28. Wandering, Myself, Ripple, and Clarification. That is going to be on the podcast next time. So until then, we hope that you had a wonderful time with us. We hope that you enjoyed. Remember to check out all of these people on their socials and all of the great things that they do. Remember to check us out on socials, us being the podcast in this situation. And, you know, we hope you enjoyed. We hope you have a wonderful week and a wonderful, rest of whatever, whether it's day or night or whatever when you're listening to this. And as always, please remember, if you can't believe in God and you can't believe in Buddha, you can always believe in Kamen Rider.